What's up, everybody? It's Coach Colton here at Columbus Martial Arts. I hope you're having an amazing day today. If you're watching live, drop me a hashtag live. If you're watching later, drop a hashtag fairness. I want to do a quick video. I know it's a little bit later than I normally go live. The classes are getting wrapped up here on the mats. Our last classes are going on right now. But I wanted to strike while the iron was hot, so to speak. This last week was belt testing, which means we have belt promotions coming up this weekend and next week. And I want to do a quick video about belt promotions and some of the conversations I've been having with families. I did a recent live video about why we have our testing and promotion policies. The main policy that I'm talking about today is a student has to attend both the testing and the promotion ceremony to receive their belt. If they don't attend testing, there's no makeup test. They have to wait 10 weeks. Same thing for promotions. If they attend the test, even if they pass, they have to attend the scheduled promotion time or they don't get their next belt. And that's what I want to talk about today, because I've been having a lot of talks with parents. And every time we have testing, we have talks, and parents will ask, well, Johnny has a football game that day. Jimmy has a soccer game, basketball game. We have a planned vacation. There's a wedding. There's a funeral. There's something going on. And inevitably, parents will ask me for an exception to the policy. Hey, coach, I know this is the policy, but we have X, Y, and Z coming on. Can you make an exception to the rule? And I always say no, right? We stick very close to our policy. And I explained why in that previous video. But today I want to do a little bit of a different twist on it and talk about that word that people throw around, fairness. What is fair? We'll talk about it in a second. In the last video, I mentioned that how important the promotion ceremony is, and that if you don't attend a scheduled promotion and we just give you your belt whenever, it makes the students feel kind of a hollow sense of reward. They'll feel rewarded in the short term, but if this is one of their first promotions or a big promotion for them and they're not rewarded the right way, they're actually going to be unincentivized to reach their goals. And the belts are a tool we use to incentivize the positive goals that we have for our students. We award belts when our students are tested and they prove that their focus or their strength or their confidence has improved. We use it as a tool to help our students. The belts shouldn't be the primary focus. Students' focus is on them because that's the material thing that's representative of themselves getting better. But as their coach and as parents and their families at home, hopefully you understand that too, that the primary goal isn't the achievement of the belt, it's the achievement of all of those goals that the belt represent, right? If I were to enroll a student and have a new parent come in and I ask them why they want to do martial arts, and they tell me their kid, they want their kid to get a black belt, that would prompt the question, okay, then why do you want your kid to get a black belt? And usually they would say, well, because I want them to be more focused or more confident or something like what a black belt represents. Hopefully that makes sense. And we've talked about the reward part, but I want to talk about this in a different light. Because like I said, we have parents ask all the time for exceptions to the rules. And they'll always say, I know this is the policy, but, and it kind of sends the signal of like, hey, coach, I know this is the policy, but will you make an exception, right? And I don't feel, angry or upset or anything towards those parents. I understand it's a totally logical question to ask, but it does send the signal, okay, I know the rules, but do these rules apply to me? It is kind of what's being asked there. And this promotion, just for example, I've had plenty of students that have had sports games, going to have to make a choice there. I've had students miss scheduled vacations. I've had students, I have a family right now I think about that they have had it to where they were planning to take a family member off of life support and they made adjustments to the funeral times just so that the students could get here for testing. Non-refundable plane tickets with probably several $100s that parents have missed out on. And I had a conversation with a parent recently after class, and it's the reason I'm doing this video is I was talking to the parent and the student, great parent, great student, amazing family. And I said simply, look, if you choose to do that other thing instead of your belt, I'm not going to be upset with you, If you choose to do that soccer game instead of receiving your belt, I'm not going to be upset with you, right? I understand you have choices to make and you've got to make your priorities. You've got to choose what's important. You can test another 10 weeks. That's no problem with me at all. But you can't expect me to, be cool with you going to that soccer game or allowing that other thing, and then also expect me to make an exception to give you your bell. It's just not the way it's going to happen. And things pop up from time to time, and it's a very important lesson to learn. If we're teaching our students that anytime something wrong happens or there's a rule that an exception is going to be made, then their biscuit's going to get buttered when that exception doesn't roll over, right? When that exception doesn't come. And, if I was fair with the family that's having something so important like a funeral or hundreds of dollars of plane tickets, I told them that they couldn't cancel or couldn't get their belts. Of course, the lesser things like soccer or basketball, or, they had a birthday party to go to that day, they double booked themselves. And it's not about who has the most important thing. It's about fairness. And sometimes fairness isn't convenient, and fairness doesn't work in your favor. Just because something is fair doesn't mean it works in our favor. Sometimes fairness works against us too. And I think that fairness sometimes has this double rainbow to it, where when it's fair, everything's happy-go-lucky and everything is going to work out the right way. And that's not true. As an adult, you have important decisions to make. Maybe there's a scarcity of resources in the world. Sometimes you're going to have to make tough choices. You're scarce on time, you're scarce on money, you're scarce on energy. You're going to have priorities and make decisions and stuff. And that doesn't mean that necessarily a decision is a bad decision or a decision is a good decision. Sometimes you just have to set your priorities. And like I said, the coaches, myself, Coach Andrew, Coach Dom, won't be mad at any particular student that chooses that other route. Of course, we're going to be pro martial arts all day. And if you can make it work, we want you here to get that belt. Right? Because that's our job as coaches, is we want to help you achieve your goals, and those goals are symbolized by getting your next belt. But I would rather a student make a choice, and then if they choose not to get their belt, stay committed for 10 weeks and retest, rather than get upset an exception wasn't made to a rule that is fair. And when that red carpet isn't rolled out for that particular student, then quit martial arts all in a humbug because something wasn't made unfair for them to make it easier for them. So hopefully that made sense. Just another way of looking at things. Not only do I want to keep the students incentivized and make them feel good when they do attend that promotion ceremony and keep them on fire for reaching their goals, whether it's becoming more focused, more confident, more respectful, I also want to keep it a truly fair playing field. Because when you win the game fairly, when you have success fairly, it feels way different, right? It feels way different. It is real. It's concrete, right? And fair isn't always nice. Fair isn't always, convenient and comfortable. But short video today, guys. That makes sense. Let me know in the comments. If not, if you have any questions, reach out to me. I'm always willing to communicate with anyone about anything. I see all the Spark apps come in. I had a lot of messages about that today. So if you're out there and you sent that kind of a message, I got you loud and clear. But best of luck on promotions next week, and good luck through the rest of the week. We'll see you on the mat soon. Good night, everybody.